What if DRS was 3 times more powerful in Formula 1? Well, to find out, we're jumping on the F1 2020 game, and as always, I have modified the game, this time with triple rear drag reduction. Now, normally this game reduces the rear drag by about 12%, so we have tripled that now to being 36%. That is my understanding of the game files anyway, and it reduces your downforce by about 10% on the rear. So anyway then, I'm not sure how realistic those figures are in real life, but it is what it is in the game. So I've tripled that to kind of have a little test here, and it certainly is more powerful, whether it's 3 times more powerful. And also, of course, realistically, this mod probably isn't possible in real life, because I reckon that, you know, well, I mean, what more can you do? The rear wing opens and it's almost completely flat, and if you look at a real life open DRS flap, actually there's barely any wing visible. It is mostly open. I don't know how much drag there is on a rear wing with DRS open, but I suspect it's probably physically impossible to reduce it by more than 3. I would have thought, big assumption here, I would have thought that would be even reduce drag even more than it would do if you completely took off the rear wing. Obviously, I don't know. I'm no F1 engineer, but that's my sort of thoughts. But as always, we live in the virtual world, so we can test these sort of things. So showing the start here, we are going to skip ahead through these first couple of laps quite quickly, as of course we don't get DRS for the first 3 laps of the race, unfortunately. Just thought I'd show you the first few laps just for a bit of F1 content, really, just so you guys can see the start of this race. We are trying the best. We are going to try and make our way through the pack as quickly as possible. Now, we are the only car, well, the Red Bull car is the only car with triple DRS power. So both Max Verstappen and Alex Albon have got triple DRS power, but everyone else has got normal cars. Other than that as well, the Red Bull is exactly the same. So we are the only cars that will get it. I did initially try applying it to everyone, but actually it didn't really do anything. It just meant we were all going a bit quicker when the DRS was open. And it, you know, a lot of time, particularly the 5-lap race, we were just in a train. Look at this. Look, Perez has got it open. So has Kvyat. Grosjean actually might not have it open this time, but it didn't really actually affect the racing too much. Grosjean actually did have it open anyway. So we absolutely dived the inside of Grosjean. That was the extra speed in a straight line. And you saw that it is more powerful, but it's not insanely more powerful, which I found really, really interesting. I thought I was going to be absolutely flying past 2 or 3 cars in a straight. And that just didn't happen just then. And also I chose Austria because it's got 3 DRS zones on a relatively short track. So this is effectively the maximum amount of open DRS time of any of the tracks. But anyway then, coming now into the first turn, up into P11, we've got Carlos Sainz up next, going to take a nice lot of curb, try and get exit. Same exit as Carlos Sainz, this will be a good test. Not even using overtake ERS. We are closing in, but only slowly, look, because of course he's got DRS, but it isn't 3 times more powerful. He's got normal DRS. We're going to dive inside here. I'm going to take Kimi Räikkönen as well as he brake quite early. Get also down nicely and get on the exit as quickly as we possibly can. But yeah, I mean, I didn't use overtake there. I will use overtake a little bit later on. And we'll also overtake someone that doesn't have DRS a little bit later on, just so you can get a good comparison. But yeah, I mean, it's not as vast as you think it would be, is it? I mean, I honestly did think I'd be flying past cars, and it's not that huge. And it just shows that DRS does reduce the drag, sure, but actually it's not like it's, you know, it suddenly makes the car have half the drag of what it's got. You know, I never really thought about it. It sounds obvious now, but I never really thought about it. And there we go. That's what happens when we use some overtake ERS to fly past them. We've got Esteban Ocon up next, who isn't going to get the DRS. We're going to also use some overtake ERS just to make sure we have a nice clean exit. We're going to turn it off nice and early, I would have thought. No, we're going to keep it open nice, just so we can fly past him there. No problem whatsoever. And, you know, okay, that move was easy, but it wasn't like, you know, I still took me 3/4 of the straight to get past him. And obviously you wouldn't want DRS to be that powerful in real life because it made the racing boring. The whole point of DRS is to get the cars side by side when you get to the racing braking zone. But it's not nearly as much as I thought it was. And yeah, as I said, sounds obvious now. I'm kind of living it. But I just sort of thought it would reduce the drag hugely. But of course, you know, even if the rear wing is open and the rear wing does produce almost no drag, that isn't the only draggy thing on a Formula 1 car. The front wing is probably actually potentially the most draggy thing on a Formula 1 car, because it's the thing that hits the air first, so it causes a huge amount of drag. Then of course you've got the whole chassis, you've got the wheels themselves, you've got the driver's helmet, you've got the halo, like all these things are obviously hugely draggy parts. So actually, even if you completely remove the rear wing rather, the car would still have actually quite a significant amount of drag. You know, also all the I forgot what they're called, but the barge boards, that's the one. The barge boards, the side pods. There's so much draggy stuff on a Formula 1 car. So I think I sort of, in my head, I was thinking this is going to be so powerful, but actually it's not. So I think what we're seeing here is probably quite realistic. We do a fastest lap of the race there. Alex Albon up to P2 from P5. That's not a surprise, given that he had the ultra powerful DRS as well, the 3 times power DRS. We were actually only 4 tenths quicker than him, but we were, what's that? 1.3 seconds quicker than the next quicker Mercedes. So that's quite significant. But anyway, then we are going to do a second race now. We're going to try Baku. Now, we're going to Baku because of this straight here. It is a hugely long straight. You're not on the DRS for a ridiculous amount of it, but you pretty much reach VMAX before you even open the DRS. VMAX is the quickest the car will go in a straight line. So you pretty much reach that before you open the DRS, and then you open it and then you fly. So I was thinking maybe this one will be a good one because it'll all be about DRS, whereas previously it was a lot about the exit you got, a lot about how much overtake ERS you had and what fuel mode you're in. And of course I'm in the Red Bull as well, which is one of the draggier cars. I chose this car on purpose because I thought it might be the biggest beneficiary to a 3 times more powerful DRS. But we started then on lap 3 of this race. Saw a bit of DRS action on the start of this clip, but nothing much was doing there. We were too far back, but we're trying to sit nice and close to Lance Stroll now, using overtake ERS on the exit, just trying to stick as close as we can. But of course Stroll is one of the fastest cars in a straight line. We're going similar sort of speed to him now. We're going to open the DRS, but so is he, and no ERS overtake needed because we are just going to huge amount of slipstream there on him. 350 kilometers an hour was our top speed there, just like getting it all slowed down, braking very late there. But we are also going to get DRS now on Lando Norris' head, but again, it's insanely powerful. So actually, I would have thought we wouldn't be able to get anywhere near an overtake on Lando Norris. But let's have a look. We are going to use overtake ERS up to rich fuel and stop using the overtake now because we decided we're probably not going to get there. We are closing in hugely. I mean, I didn't see how much it was we gained there. It was a good few tenths we gained down that straight. It's not insignificant, and Lando also had his DRS open. So the difference is not insignificant. It's a fairly substantial difference. But actually, in terms of racing, yes, we push him out the way there. In terms of racing, you still very much have to be very close to the car ahead. You still very much have to, you know, be in the right engine modes and all that sort of thing. Of course, Real Formula 1 doesn't have these engine modes anymore, but we still have them in the game at the moment. And in the slipstream then of Sergio Perez now, saving a little bit of ERS as much as we possibly can. This should be a nice easy overtake. We're very close to him now. And actually, though, look how quick he is. Force India, or Racing Point, sorry, is so quick in a straight line in this game. But anyway, open the DRS now, and this should be a nice, easy overtake, like taking candy from a baby. And there it is, round the outside, no problem at all. And there it is, move done, easy peasy. He, of course, did also have the DRS, but we still managed to fly past him. Kimi Räikkönen's up next then. We are going to be a bit close to him down this back straight here. Will we be able to make a move because of it? No, still 6 tenths back on the exit the corner there. We're trying to use all of our ERS because we're just trying to get to him, but there's just no way. And we closed up, yeah, about 3 tenths or so on Kimi Räikkönen down that straight. And again, he had the DRS as well. Now, this will be interesting because everyone is really bunched up. So we'll be able to overtake 2, maybe even 3 cars as we get to the line. This is the final lap of the race. We're going to get quite a significant chunk of DRS usage before we get to the line. So if we can stick nice and close to these guys and try and save us some ERS, we'll be able to get past several of them, sending it through that corner. Going to try and have a nice final turn. We've actually lost a bit of time. We're half a second back from Kimi now. Trying to have a nice clean exit though, hard on the power, up to rich fuel, overtake ERS into the slipstream of Kimi Räikkönen. He's actually not using any ERS. He must have run out. I don't think Lando ahead is either. Can't quite see his flashing light. The flashing light means he's not deploying overtake mode. Can't see Lando still. Carlos Sainz. But anyway then, even though we're using lots of ERS, we're still barely able to get to him with this draggy Red Bull. DRS is open now, but so is Kimi's. Can we get past him for the line? My word, that was close. I don't think we quite did it though. No, we didn't. Still in P10. But there you go. So even with the ultra powerful 3 times power DRS, we still couldn't get him before the line, and we were just 4 thousandths of a second back. And interestingly in that race, Alex Albon, he went backwards. He started P5 and finished P6 with 3 times power DRS. Just shows that actually the DRS isn't hugely as influential as we think it is. I mean, of course, it helps. Like I said, in this game, it reduces your rear wing downforce by 12%. To be totally honest with you, I don't know how much of the overall drag that is. But it's quite significant. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.